The Wild is 77,000 square feet of academic learning space with more than 40 classrooms and learning spaces for our students. It really is a space for students to come and learn about what they think they want to do as a future career. So we bring students in, we expose them to what a career might look like for them, connect them with those skills and with community and business partners, and help them explore those as potential careers as they leave our building.
The Wild allows us to offer programs to our kids that we just weren't able to before. With the staff, they were making do in just whatever spaces we can put them in. Now they have specialized spaces. Our welding lab, for example, you can't learn how to TIG weld or MIG weld unless you have the tools to do that, unless you have the proper ventilation, unless you have the proper power, unless you have enough power. And we're not just teaching one student, we're teaching a class full of students, and we're teaching classes full of students all day.
We want students to learn both the hard and soft skills needed to thrive in the workforce. Customer service, interpersonal relationships, all of those things are an important piece of every job that our students enter into. We want to expose students to that, train them up with those skills as they leave us, growing our economy here locally, and our students become contributing citizens right here to our small town feel that we love.
I'm the Practicum of Entrepreneurship program here at the Wild, and I chose it mostly because it's the career class that I was going to after high school, and the class was set up in a way that was tailored to what I wanted to do after graduation. I think my favorite part is the interconnection between all the programs, how you can do one program and it helps you in another. In entrepreneurship, since we have this makerspace, we can create different items or things that these other programs may need, such as the floral design class. We will make like certain parts for them that we can put on the mums that they were designed and using the flowers and the floral design.
I do the floriculture CTE, so it's what I do outside of class more than what I do inside of class. And we get to go and compete, and we've gone to state for 4 years now. I think in floral specifically, we are able to actually make and sell bouquets and arrangements, which is really good, not only for my CTE, but for my class, just to learn. I actually have my floral designer certification, and so I would be able to actually go work in a floral shop outside of high school. Just in these classes, the community I get to be with, I know so much more professionalism and how to talk to people and just communication in general. It's truly an amazing life skill to have.
One of the things I love most about students having exposure to these careers in high school is that if I think I want to be a nurse, we put you in a health science class and you get to actually draw blood on humans and on mannequins. And we've actually had students who thought they wanted to be in healthcare take a health science class, get to the part where they're actually learning how to draw blood on somebody, and they're like, yeah, I don't know that this is for me. To me, that's just as much of a success as a student trying a program and falling in love with it. We're saving them money, we're saving them heartache, we're saving them time, so they get to explore that in high school and find out, really, is this a good fit for me?
My dad's a nurse, so I thought I was gonna do maybe more of the super hands-on, like surgery or like labor and delivery. We get so much exposure in our pathway that actually after going through this pathway and learning the skills and talking to the teachers, I am more interested in psychology in a medical setting, so like child life specialists or family psychology within the hospitals. But I'm really thankful that I know that now. I have looked at all the different jobs and careers, learned the skills that are still gonna be super helpful when I go to college, but I'm not gonna waste my time and money taking classes that I'll change my mind afterward. So now I know what I wanna do and I can go in there and get right to work accomplishing it.
I'm in scientific research and design with Mr. Gonzalez. So I'm thinking about going into biological systems engineering. So doing this has really given me a chance to like hone in on that and what that really is. Last year I was looking more into architecture, but through seeing some of that stuff, I realized like I want to be more on the science side than the math side. So it was really cool to like then focus on that a little more this year. It is very nice. We get a lot of opportunities to like explore different things because he has a lot of machines that I don't think we had at the old school. Where the plug outlets are, it's a lot smarter, and in relation to everything else, just the lab space is really nice.
You know, I think this space, the TV studio, is a great example of that. Because during the day, that control room, the kids are controlling the cameras, the lights, everything that goes on in our videography lab. And at night, they just turn around and now they're controlling the video board, the lights, the sound, the cameras, the live stream, everything that goes on with that. And it's the same facility. and it's the same kids. That's what's exciting about it. When we first opened this, the TV studio, we had 2 kids in this class. Now we have so many students involved that we have to have 2 teams. We have a first half team and a second half team because so many kids are interested now in learning. So the facilities are actually driving the programs. And as a result of the experience in these spaces, we've already had kids earn scholarships and accolades for learning these skills.
I'm in the AV program at the Wild, and I chose AV because it gives me the ability to put creativity and creative aspects into the work that I do. On Friday Night Lights, there are students that are on the field filming things, good shots, and taking photos as well. That's like, you're so close up and getting those clips and being able to watch it afterwards, it's just really rewarding. When I get out of high school, I want to become a director in film, so it's really building up all those strengths that I need.
I'm in the education pathway. I chose it because I want to be a coach in the future. So I get to go there and coach the 7th grade football players in all the sports. I'm the first one that's ever done the coaching aspect of it, and having a lot of teachers and educators that were in my corner with it has definitely been super helpful getting that done. I also get to go over to the middle school with our coordinators. They go over and help them. So they also kind of teaching me how to coach.
The fact that we were able to do all this to provide these facilities and have the multi-use spaces and do it and save so much money doing it, because we've saved over $55 million designing it this way, which in turn helped us provide more programs for our kids.
When we first started working in Godley over 20 years ago, Huckabee was a very different company at that point. You know, we were doing our typical classroom additions there, or typical buildings, but Rich Steer, Godley superintendent, is not for the status quo. He is an innovator in all areas. And this vision for the Wild was definitely his.
So the Wild is classroom space as well as a new arena and a new CTE space tied in with a stadium component to their existing football field. Kind of the central question behind the Wild was, how can we better utilize one of our largest facilities in the district more than 6 Fridays in the fall?
His vision was to, how can we have multiple facilities, but really at the same time, bring them to maximum utilization without building a press box, a stadium, and things that sit there for 5 days, 7 days a week, and maybe get used one night a week.
We brought a committee together of our community members, and they said, you know, they wanted CTE programs, career and technology programs, to offer our kids more. We were outgrowing our gym and our stadium and our fine arts facilities, and we needed more classrooms. But we couldn't afford all that. So my job was to push our thinking a little bit and try to get all of that. And we did that by smartly designing spaces that had multiple uses.
The Wild, as it came about, was, I want kids in this building all the time. And I want to be able to use it for academics and career and technology courses, labs and shops and everything that comes along with the CTE building. The challenges that were proposed were things that we needed to solve. And that's why he looked at us to solve it. Not only to create a building that could function in both ways, but also a building that did not compromise on the use of one or the other. The 2 facilities that I've designed that I think are really some of the toughest facilities to actually design are CTE centers and stadiums. And now we have both that we want to put into one.
The west side of the stadium, where the home side was really where we had the most opportunity to put that CTE program and kind of wrap around the south end of that stadium, connecting the main high school to the CTE.
When it got brought up, my brain went, no way. There's no way that we're gonna actually get that done. But the connector building that goes around the sort of the southwest side of the field and connects phase 1 of the high school to the Wild, when that idea got pitched, doing a 2-story connector that's covered and has this access out to a viewing porch for baseball, softball, and also, you know, some educational opportunities out there, but it's there, and it's a huge point of pride for the community. It's hearing them talk about how game days function out there. Like the Godley folks tell me, that's like premier seating. That's where people congregate. It's a super updated version of like leaning against the fence at a high school football game. Even a hallway's multi-purpose.
This was definitely the most complex project of my career, and trying to integrate those facilities. Basically building underneath a triangle is not the easiest thing to get your program of spaces and your hallways to align with your column grid, and with every floor being very different in shape and function.
One side of your building is going to be looking under grandstands. Now, that's not the best feeling I wanted to have for a CTE. I would love daylight. So that started to lay out a long linear building that utilized the west side for any daylight, utilized kind of the east side of the building for any spaces such as restrooms, things of that nature that want to interact with the actual stadium itself and the concourse.
So in our second floor restrooms, we actually have a roll down door that will roll off about 15 restroom stalls to keep that separate for student safety purposes, for saving on custodial and janitorial supplies and cleaning needs. But on an event or game night, that's rolled up so that we have the capacity to meet the needs of this dual-purposed building.
Anywhere that there was concession stands, anywhere there was concession or food delivery areas or food prep areas, we could utilize from the culinary arts standpoint of the CTE program, that those could become hospitality areas.
The central thesis for me and for our team was multi-purpose and multiple uses for individual spaces. So all the decision making came down to, how does this space connect indoor to outdoor, or how is this space shared and cross-functional with other spaces?
The most unique part of this building is really the dual purpose of all of our spaces. From our TV studio that serves as both a news broadcast station for our students during the academic setting, to an event production on Friday nights or for graduation. Some of our small group collaboration spaces turn into radio hubs or coaches boxes on a Friday night, where you would typically see a traditional press box. Those spaces aren't standalone. They serve as collaboration spaces for us during the day for academic learning every day. This building is academic space all day, every day. We like to joke around here and say that we let the coaches borrow it on game nights.
I think we've had 21st century learning for a while now, and this is, to me, the second phase of that.
I see this as great potential moving forward in a variety of ways. It doesn't necessarily just have to be CTE and stadiums. Also at Godley High School, their arena is dual purpose. There are 300 seats at the end of that can be shut off with some operable partitions, and that can become a lecture hall that they can use throughout the day as well. So I think there's a lot of different ways and creative ways that we can start thinking about schools and how to keep spaces active as much as possible.
Providing the spaces that are just flexible enough, what that means, really it means adaptable.
When we were building the Wild, we had to go to Little Rock, Arkansas to see a project that was even remotely similar to what Dr. Deere and Godley had conceived, and still came away with, it's not really what we were looking for. It's really just two buildings on the same site, and there's a connection between the two, but they're not fully shared and integrated the way we have envisioned. Now, I think you can come and tour people through Godley High School in the Wild, and other districts can see, oh, we can do things differently, and we can share these spaces, and we can create multi-purpose spaces, and our district can save money. We can be more proactive with how we're addressing the needs of the district. We can create a lot of value for our students and for our citizens and our taxpayers. I think that project being an example locally is going to really impact how people design schools in Texas.
It's about the programs that we can offer our kids now. We can provide a hiring pipeline to our growing business community. Our kids are coming out of the Wild with the skills that they need to be able to be successful in their future. A story that comes to mind is every year we tour our elementary kids through the Wild, and we talk about the spaces in the programs. And then when I'm walking in the elementary the next week, I'll have kids run up to me and they say, Dr. Deere, I want to be in the coding lab, or Dr. Deere, I want to be a welder. And they talk about, and they're thinking about their future already, and they're in elementary. And that's special, especially to a superintendent.
We want kids ready for their next step, whether that's in pre-K or 12th grade. It's a part of our pre-K to professionals initiative here in Godley ISD. This building, the Wild, is a huge piece of that for our students in 9th through 12th grade.
The Wild is unreal. It's like so much better than like even the high school. High school's awesome, but this place is crazy.
We have so much opportunity.
One way that the Wild prepares us is we earned a certification in small businesses and management. I know one of the ways that has been able to help me is I was able to put that on my resume when applying to jobs. And that kind of set me apart from other candidates because I have these basic knowledge and skills in the business world that just sets me apart.
I think the way it looks is really cool. Like, I know that's kind of weird, but I really like all the comfy chairs. It's really nice to maybe in a loud classroom ask your teacher to be able to go out into the middle and be able to focus a little bit better.
My favorite part is getting to interact with everybody every day. Everybody's in like different parts, different pathways, so to get to see what they're working on and learn through what they're doing is also cool, even whenever I'm not in that class. Like, whenever I'm studying with my friends, I'll help them study and they'll help me, and we kind of like get snippets of each other's classes through that, which is cool.
I feel like I have everything that I need to work with, and I don't have to worry about, having the resources that I don't have.
I'm wild about student opportunities, student engagement, and fiscal responsibility.
I'm wild about multi-purpose spaces.
I am wild about the opportunities that this facility creates for students.
I'm wild about innovation and how it can impact the students of Godley ISD.
I'm wild about creativity.
I'm wild about real-world experiences.
I'm wild about service.
I'm wild about opportunities.
I'm wild about being ready for college.
I'm wild about the Wild.